Before you foster or adopt a child, here's some things that you need to know. This is not just about love. It's not just about saving a child. And it's definitely not as simple as opening your home. This will stretch you. It will change your marriage, your patience, your expectations, and even how you see yourself. But it can also be the most meaningful thing that you ever do. So, before you take this step, let's talk honestly about what you need to know. If you're here, you're probably feeling that pull to help, to give, to make a difference, and to conquer the world. And that's beautiful. But good intentions alone are not enough. So in this video, we're going to talk about some things like the questions that you need to ask yourself, the lifestyle changes that nobody warned you about, the emotional readiness, and this right here is a big one, the financial reality, and why your support system will make you or break you during this journey. So let's start with number 1. Questions to ask yourself. Because this decision does not affect just you, but a child who has already experienced loss, and the people around you as well. Your family, your husband, your wife, you're bringing this child around family members and people that you are with every single day. And they're going to notice things. They're going to notice that Billy's not with you anymore. Or they're going to notice new children. And just like you get attached to them, they will too. Ask yourself this: why do I want to foster and adopt? Is it to help a child? Is it because of infertility? Because you feel called to it? None of these are wrong, but they do matter. Because if your expectation is to receive something back from this journey maybe will break your heart. Another question to ask this is this: am I okay with uncertainty? Foster care, especially, is unpredictable. The child may leave suddenly. Your plans change consistently. You don't control the outcome. If you need control, this is going to be hard. Another question to ask yourself: can I love a child and still let them go? Can I love the child, get attached to that child, but love them so much, letting them go is going to be good for them? And sometimes letting them go, knowing they're going back to the same situation that they've been in before. But reunification is the goal to foster care. This is a hard truth, letting children go. You're not the ending of the story. You're just a chapter of it. Another question to ask yourself is: am I prepared for behaviors that I don't understand? Trauma doesn't always look like sadness. It can look like anger, defiance, withdrawal, and attachment struggles. My son, when he came with us, didn't know how to have a relationship with anybody. He had relational problems. He didn't want to get attached to anybody. Because when he got picked up, the first thing that the caseworker did was lie to him. The caseworker told him, "You're going to McDonald's. We're going to go feed you to go to McDonald's. Come with me." And he ended up in a caseworker's office. This is not personal, but it'll feel personal. Are you ready for the lifestyle changes? This isn't just adding a child to your life. It's changing your life. I'm going to say that again. This is not just adding a child to your life. It's totally changing your life. Your schedule will change. Your appointments will change. Your therapy changes. You'll bring that child to therapy, the appointments, court dates, visitations. Your calendar will not belong to you anymore. It'll belong to this child. Your home will change. The safety requirements around your home. You'll have to have a home study. Your privacy will change. There'll be adjustments to that. There'll be space considerations. Will your child have to share his room or her room with a foster kid? Are they going to like that? Are they going to be upset with that? Are you going to have a different room that child can be in? Are you a first time and you only have a 2-bedroom apartment? These are things to consider. Even simple things like where the kids sleep become regulated. Your freedom will change. Your last minute plans are going to be harder. Kids in foster care cannot go out of the state. If they go out of the state, they need permission from the caseworker and from their biological family. The traveling is going to be complicated, just like I said. Date nights with your spouse, and do have them. And we'll talk about this a little bit more, but adding a child to your house brings complications in your marriage. And it's usually the kid trying to cause division. And you need to spot that before it happens. Don't let the kid drive a wedge in between you and your spouse. But this doesn't mean that your life is starting over, but it may look different. Like I said before, your relationships will change. Not everyone will understand this journey that you're on. Some people may disagree with your decision. Some people might pull away. Some people might say hurtful things. And you'll need to learn how to navigate through that. Let's talk about emotional readiness. Like I said before, this is the most important part probably about this video. This part is the part that people underestimate. You will feel things that you didn't expect, even from the foster care classes. You'll feel grief for the child's story, anger for the broken systems, helplessness. And that's why we're here to help with the resources, with awareness and support. Because I know that when we went through the foster care classes and in foster care, we really didn't have a lot of support. We had people from our church that supported us, but we still didn't know fully what we were doing. You'll feel helplessness, deep attachment, and sometimes heartbreak. But these things have to happen. You have to get attached to these kids. A lot of people say, I can never foster. I can never do that because I get attached to them. But that is what a foster child needs. They need you to get attached to them. They need someone to love them. Someone to guide them. Someone to pour into them. And down the line, someone that will love them enough to let them go. You need emotional resistance because progress is slow. Healing isn't linear. Love doesn't fix everything. I know that's hard to believe, but it doesn't. And that can be hard to accept sometimes. You can try to love them all you want sometimes and not do as much as you think it's going to. You might be pushed away. You might feel pushback from that child. They want to be left alone. They want to be isolated. And the only thing that you can do in those moments is pray for them. You must separate behavior from their identity. Their behaviors from who they are. A child, again, may push you away. They may test your boundaries. Actually, to be honest with you, I'm going to just tell you they're going to test your boundaries. They're going to want to know the limit to push you before she gets mad. Before he gets mad. Before he gets upset. And to be honest with you, they're so used to that that's going to feel uncomfortable for them that that's not happening. So they might do it just because they feel uncomfortable and get you upset. They might reject your love. But that doesn't mean that they don't need you. It means that they're trying to feel safe. They're trying to feel normal. They're normal. Not your normal. They're normal. They have a different sense of normal. Remember, they just came out of trauma. They just came out of home, maybe, that the dad wasn't the nicest person or the mom wasn't the nicest person. So let's get into this too. You also need to check your own triggers. This is a big one. What's going to trigger you? Because kids in care are unintentionally. They might do things that they don't know that bothers you. Listen, triggers, your past wounds, you need to know them up front and share them up front. You need to set boundaries up front. They'll challenge your patience, expose your limits. And if you're not aware of that, it can create more harm than healing. So let's talk about one of the big things. Financial reality. Financial reality. Let's talk about money. Because this does matter. And you might not be coming into foster care and adoption about the money. And yes, there is a financial support in foster care. But it's not income. It is the support for the child. It's to go to the child. It's not to go to your nails. It's not to go to for stuff for you. You see what I'm saying? These extra costs may be clothing, activities, childcare, transportation, time after work, time off of work. If you have to call off of work, that's going to be a big financial hit from you. And time to time, it's financial cost too. Adoption can also have its expenses. You know, depending on the type of adoption, you'll have legal fees, home studies, travel, and some things that you're going to have to be paying out are not going to be covered or reimbursed. So here's the real question. Are we financially stable enough to absorb the unexpected? Because the unexpected is going to happen. Let's talk about the support system. You were never meant to do this alone. Let me say that again. You cannot do this alone. You will need people who will show up to just listen to you, to help practical, to ask them to do things for you, and to support emotionally. Whether that be just calling them to talk to them, to vent to them, or calling them, hey, can you watch the kids? Can you be a respite for me while we go out on a date night or something like that? And this can look like family. This can look like friends, church, your community, other foster and adoptive parents. Learn from them, support them. That's the one reason we're here. Iron sharpens iron effect. You don't have to do it alone. And if you don't have any of that yet, build it before you say yes. Build that community before you say yes. Build that relationship before you say yes. Build those relationships before you say yes. Because when things are hard, you won't have the energy to build them then. Also, find people who understand the trauma. Because advice from people who don't get it can actually make things harder. Listen, foster care and adoption is not about being a hero. It's about showing up consistently. It's about being imperfect, learning from your mistakes, being there for a child who needs safety. You will not do this perfectly. You will mess up. You'll have hard days. But what matters is, are you willing to learn? Are you willing to stay? I'll tell you a hard truth. 50% of the foster care parents that get licensed quit in the first year. Are you willing to stay? Are you willing to put the child's needs first, even when it's hard? If you're still here, you're still feeling that pull, that matters. Just don't rush into it. Prepare yourself. Learn. Ask questions. Build your support team now, because you're going to need them. Listen, if this video helped you, drop a comment below that I'm preparing, or share this. Share where you're in your journey at. And if you want to know more real, honest conversations about foster care and adoption, make sure you subscribe, because we're going to talk through this together. Until next time, God bless, and prepare yourself.